Hello students, now I am going to tell you about the modifications in leaf. This is the chapter Morphology in Flowering Plant part 3. Now the leaf, it is the lateral flattened structure borne on the stem. It develops at the node and bears a bud in its axial part. Node, I have already told you what is node. It is the part where the leaf borns. Now the axillary bud develops into a branch. Axillary bud will develop into a branch. Leaves this originate from the apical meristematic tissues and then arranged in a acropetal manner. Acropetal manner means the older leaves will be at the bottom and the new leaves will be at the tip. This here it is given in the picture. So they are important vegetative organs which prepare the food for the plant. Now parts of leaf, there is you can see leaf base, petiole. Petiole is the small twig like portion which holds the leaf blade, and the flat portion is known as lamina, which is mainly responsible for doing photosynthesis. Leaf base, with this the leaf is attached to the stem. It may bear two lateral leaf like structures called stipules. It may bear, that means it is present or may not. In monocots, the leaf base expands into a sheath covering the stem partially or wholly. For example, here in the this right side picture you can see that it is the stem is covered with the partially covered with the leaf lamina. In some leguminous plants, the leaf base may become swollen. Here you can see there is a pulvinus. It is called pulvinus. Petiole, it helps to hold the leaf blade to light, and it is long, thin, flexible petiole allow the leaf blades to flutter in the wind. They can easily move, thereby cooling leaf and bringing the fresh air to leaf surface, because leaves also they need oxygen and air this thing for their exchange of gases. Lamina, this is the green portions with veins and veinlets, midrib, all these portions are there, and this makes the different types of venation. So these are required for the transportation purposes. Venation, it is the arrangement of leaves in the leaf lamina, and these can be reticulate venation or parallel venation. You can see here, and this is absolutely differentiated. Reticulate venation, it is a network like venation and it is found in dicotyledonous plants. And parallel venation, the veins run parallel to each other and they are found in monocots. Now there are two different types of leaf. There are simple leaf and compound leaf. And simple leaf is when the one single leaf is there on the end of the branch, and compound leaf when the leaf is divided into many leaflets, that is called a compound leaf. Compound leaf can again be divided into two portions, that is pinnately compound and palmately compound. Now simple leaf, here the leaf lamina is entire. Entire means the single leaf will be there, and there is no incision means cut portion which divides the whole leaf into a small leaflet. So do not touch the midrib. Even if, for example, here at the bottom you can see there are incisions. Incisions means some design at the lamina boundary is you can see for example papaya leaf or different leaves, they have different designs, and that is called leaf and lamina, and that is because their incisions are having different shape, but these incisions they do not touch to the midrib, and therefore it is only a single leaf. But when these incisions they divide and they reach to the midrib, they form this type of small leaflets, for example curry leaves or neem leaves or babool leaves. There are so many examples. Compound leaves, here the incision of the lamina reaches up to the midrib and breaking it into number of leaflets. Here there are many pinnately compound leaves. A bud is seen in the axial of petiole in simple, here you can see, and compound leaves. Compound leaves you can never see the bud in the axial portion of a leaflet, but it will be at the axial portion of the main midrib. And these are the compound leaves are again of two types: pinnately compound leaves and palmately compound leaves. Now pinnately compound leaves, it is the number of leaflets are present on the common axis, that is this common axis is known as rachis. Whereas the, for example you can say in neem or curry patta leaf. So now palmatory compound leaf, in this the leaflets are attached at a common place point. Many leaflets are attached at the common point. It is almost like on a wall. So you can see that in silk cotton there is many leaves are attached at a single point. So silk cotton. Phyllotaxy. So this is a science in which it is a pattern. It is a pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. This is called phyllotaxy. It is of three types: alternate, opposite, whorled. Alternate, when the leaves are on the alternate position on opposite sides, and opposite means the leaves are on absolutely on the opposite side, and whorled, at nodes the leaves are in the many leaves are at a node. Opposite, on two opposite leaves are there on the nodes, and alternate, at every node there will be a leaf but in a alternate side. Phyllotaxy, in this the single leaf arises at each node in alternate manner. China rose, mustard, sunflower, these are the examples. Opposite, in this a pair of leaves arise at each node and lie opposite to each other. Calotropis and guava. And in this more than two leaves arise at a node and form a whorl. Estonia. Now is modification in the leaf. Three types of modifications are there: tendrils, spines, fleshy leaves. So leaves are tendrils, peas, spines, cacti, and fleshy leaves to store the food, garlic and onion. Spines are for defense and tendrils are obviously for climbing. Now modification of leaves one by one. In some plants such as Australian acacia, the leaves are small and short-lived. Their petioles expand and become green and synthesize food. So leaves, here you can see they become very tiny, right? And these are modified and they become green, which are responsible for synthesizing the food. And in insectivorous plants, for example pitcher plant and Venus flytrap, are also modified leaves. These traps which are formed, these are modified leaves which are modified to trap the insect to fulfill their nitrogen requirement. Now this is all about the modifications in leaf.